People's Radio United.
Say there's people all over the United States specifically because that's where we're at. Different countries,
Yep.
different states, and they really want to do something to support the pirate party, try to get a pirate party in their area if there's not one. What would you suggest they do? How would they go about this?
Go to our website or send us a message. I guess you can contact me if you need to. But we've got stuff on our website for people who want to contact us, and there's both there's a wiki too, and also we're working on a contact database. And yeah, we've worked things like that. Quite frankly, the California party's been, or it was kind of languishing for a while, and they've been quite active lately. And the California folks are really reorganizing themselves right now. And that started out because we were contacted by a group of activists from LA and a group of activists from San Francisco, and we just kind of gathered them all up and said, hey, you guys should really work together to accomplish the state goal. So, yeah, we actively try to help the development of pirate parties. And yeah, it kind of ebbs and flows, I admit that. But I think there's a lot of energy out there. I think part of the reason, a major reason why Clinton lost is there just was a general dissatisfaction with what the Democrats were doing. And that's not to say that Trump is a better alternative. Trump's just a weird alternative, quite frankly.
Yeah, I think they gave the people two ridiculously horrible alternatives to choose from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the system the system really proved it was broken.
Yeah, and then, I'm hoping within the next 4 and, God, I hope not 8 years, these people will wake up and start to say, all these parties have screwed us over historically through history.
Yeah.
Maybe we need something else and try something different, I mean.
Well, we've tried things in the past, and actually trying things has worked. I get the question. Well, how can you support how can you be a third party? Blah 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 blah. And I look at my Wisconsin history because Wisconsin, for a while, was dominated by the progressives, and in Milwaukee by the socialists. In fact, to the point where in the 1920s, the Democratic Party actually lost ballot status in Wisconsin.
Wow.
So that's telling you something. And a lot of the progressive stuff was emulated in other states. And even though when the progressive champion, Bob La Follette, ran for president, he only won the electoral votes from Wisconsin. But some of the ideas, stuck elsewhere, and certainly they influenced FDR. They clearly influenced, his wife more than he.
Yeah.
But Eleanor Roosevelt was a great supporter of progressive causes, and I think that the progressive movement wouldn't have happened if everybody had said, oh, we're scared of third parties. And, originally the progressive was the kind of the left wing of the Republican Party, and then it became its own party.
Yeah, I still see him as very right wing, in my opinion.
What? The progressives?
The progressives, yeah. A lot of
them. They're using the name now.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that's another thing.
There is no progressive party.
I know there's not a progressive party, but I'm saying just the people who call themselves progressives. seem to be very
Yeah, that's because they don't want to call themselves liberals.
Left. Yeah. Is that what it is? Now I get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's become a replacement word for liberal among liberals. But no, the original Progressive Party actually did reforms. It actually did a bunch of good things. And I think that was the same. You know, they got in because there was so much corruption in the state government, and the same thing with the Socialists in Milwaukee. They got in because there was so much corruption, and people were just disgusted with the corruption. I don't know what it takes to get disgusted with the corruption nowadays.
Yeah, I think people don't even know the history of maybe even 20 years ago anymore. They're just so caught up in what's happening the last few years. And they,
yeah,
it's really crazy.
It's almost like if it's not a video on the internet, it didn't exist.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's unfortunate.
It really is.
The world has a lot of good history. I mean, I don't think you can have, I get upset when especially when people on the right do this blanket thing of, they're socialists or conflating communists with fascists. I find really weird. It's like, what? What?
Yeah.
And I don't think many people really understand the socialist movement, for example, or even have read the history of it, or even understand any of it. Because putting social democrats in the same pot as as somebody like Stalin is kind of a weird thing to me. There's like, I don't think people really understand, or even understand that like the Russian Revolution started out as having a bunch of very democratic principles, very people-oriented principles. But then, like around 24 or something, they had this big crackdown, and they ended up killing a lot of their own people because it was a consolidation of power into the hands of a few, which was a real problem. And that's a problem here, too. You don't want consolidation of power into the hands of the few. I don't think anybody should. Because those governments, when a few people control them, tend not to be good for the people. They tend not to be good for us.
Of course, yeah.
And they pursue their own ends. And if you anybody who can't see that the current president pursues his own ends is blind. But the parties do too. I mean, that's the issue I had with the Democratic Party. I felt like we were just like people out there holding a sign, cheering on this group of centralized planners at the DNC. It's not a people's party. Neither one of the major parties is a people's party.
No, not at all. Not even close.
Right.